In this video, we're talking about percent proportion. This is nothing more than a proportion that can be used to find either a part, a whole, or a percent of a ratio. There are a few keywords that will help us in creating a percent proportion. That is the part, the whole, and the percent. And if we see the keyword is, that's going to usually indicate the part. Of will often indicate the whole, and of course percent, well, that's just the percent. Throwing some numbers in there, I could say 12 is 42% of what number? Or maybe what is 12% of 95? Or perhaps 35 is what percent of 95? Therefore, just looking for the specific terms of is, percent, and of really does help fill in our percent proportion. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our first example. We need to find a proportion to find how many points a student needs to score on the test to get the given score. So our given score that we're trying to find is 79%. The test is worth 50 points, so that's the total. So we'll put 50 as our whole. 79% obviously represents our percent, so that's going to be 79 over 100. Therefore, the number we're trying to find is the part. There are two steps you can take in solving a percent proportion. Step one is to cross multiply. That means I'm going to multiply x times 100 for 100x and 50 times 79 for 3,950. The second step is simply to divide. So I want to get my variable by itself, therefore I'm going to divide both sides by 100. The 100s cancel each other out. I'm simply left with x on the left-hand side and 39.5 on the right-hand side. And that is the solution for this proportion. Taking a look at our second example, the numbers are organized in a way that I can actually just create a ratio from them. So for the numerators, I'm going to use the points, and for the denominators, I'm going to use the shots. Now this is simply one way to set it up. If I wanted to, I could make the points to be simply on the left-hand side of our proportion, and the shots to be on the right-hand side. Notice, regardless how I have it set up, I'm still cross-multiplying the same numbers. So I'm still cross-multiplying 12 times W, 14 times 18. Same thing here. 18 times 14, 12 times W. With all proportions, it's all in the setup. If you get the setup right, that's 90% of the battle right there. For this particular problem, I'm going to just stick with our original setup. And I'll go through the same procedures as I did before. First step is to cross multiply. So 12 times W is 12W, and 14 times 18 is 252. And for step number 2 is divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 12, and the 12s will cancel each other out, so I'm left simply with W, and 252 divided by 12, as you can see, equals 21.